Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna. I'm a maternal child nurse and an expert potty trainer. I teach parents how to potty train their children without using stressful modern day techniques. Today, I'm going to play a clip that will give you some insight on what to do when you're having a hard time just getting your child to sit on the potty. Of course, these are beginner toddler steps. So if you're just getting your feet wet with potty training and you want a more gradual approach, but you just can't get your toddler to sit on the potty and relax, this is a clip that you should watch. Enjoy. Actually getting your child to sit on the potty without an issue. If you tackle potty training through the gradual process that we're tackling potty training now, that it shouldn't be quite an issue as when you try to force something over a weekend or a short period of time. So it could be that during passive training or when you're starting to initiate the process that you're getting some pushback. Your child doesn't want to sit for whatever reason, usually because you're helicoptering the whole potty training situation and being very aggressive with it. Sometimes we don't mean to, but we're just trying to be overly proactive. If you're being too pushy with the routines, then back off a little bit. Or it could be, you could use what I like, the first and then effect. I'm gonna bring this up a lot because it works so well. You have to find the routines and the things that children like throughout the day. They have their routines already. I wake up in the morning, I play with my blocks, then I get a diaper change, whatever it is. And then I go downstairs and I have breakfast. And then I go and watch TV for like an hour, or I play with the activity gym. So you can say, okay, so now before we have breakfast, we're gonna sit down for a minute and try to do pee-pee. Now you have used something that they wanna do. And of course, they're probably gonna be like, no, I wanna eat, that's fine. It's always okay to wait a few minutes. So they don't wanna sit. It's boring. Breaking the pattern of just going, peeing and pooping at will in their diaper is now being severed, right? Slowly but surely, it's being severed. So now they're like, oh my God, I have to stop what I'm doing to go and pee and poop on a pot. I don't want to do that. So if they push back, no problem. It's okay to sit there next to the potty for a little bit. So I'll give you a demonstration. So I have the potty here on the floor. When you're standing up and you're kind of like talking over your child like this, right? Like, come on, sit on the potty. The potty is right here. Come and sit. We have to sit before we go have breakfast, right? Lower yourself to their level. Whenever you want to really engage with your child, you want to kind of like look them straight on. And sometimes we have to kneel, obviously, because they're toddlers, and just look them straight in the face. I understand that you want to go downstairs to have breakfast, but we just have to sit in the potty for just 1 minute. You know what I mean? And don't tell them it's okay if you don't go pee-pee, but know that it's okay if they don't actually go. You want to know that for yourself, because what you want to do is create a routine for your child. What I have parents who tell me, well, I have them successfully sitting down, but they're not going. That's not the point. This is not what you're trying to create. You're trying to create something bigger with baby steps. So sometimes it just has to be in sequence. So what you want to do is you want to get them to a sitting routine. So this is a sample routine, right? So, you wake up in the morning, you use the potty, after lunch, before you go to play, before we go outside. So these are kind of like something that you could use. Keep in mind, there's a range of times that is considered normal for a toddler to pee throughout the day. And of course, that also comes with the consumption of their fluids and how their body is working. They could pee anywhere from 4 to 9 times a day on average. The good thing about them peeing 4 times a day is that they're peeing 4 times a day. That means they have regulated their body like us. They have successfully done that already. Even though they're in their diaper, they have done that already. That is fantastic. So when you're training them and you see 4 hours pass and they haven't peed, it's okay. You don't have to get yourself worked up over that, because you don't want your kid peeing every hour. You just don't want that. A kid who's peeing every hour and just releasing probably needs more passive training and not active training. Down to their level with that routine when they give pushback and just waiting a minute. and saying, I need you to do this. This is what we're going to do every morning, without getting upset, without lashing, without looking down on this format. You know what I mean? So you come like this and just sit next to the potty and say, I understand that that's what you want to do, but we need to sit before we do that. And just stay there. And they'll probably, you know, start catching a little fit, right? Now, my main thing with the parents that I'm teaching is for the child not to be stressed and for the parent not to be stressed. Their hissy fit is very transient. When they see you calm, that is transient. Because even if they tantrum the first day or the second day, if you are in Zen and not making any communication with that, that's going to stop. Because then it'll teach them, you're not going to get a reaction from me, and what we need to do is stay calm. So you have the potty right here, okay? And you can just sit next to it, you know, and they're there saying, I don't want to, mommy, I don't want to. And you're not telling them you have to at this point. You're not saying anything. Just stated what you wanted them to do, right? And what you are doing essentially is delaying their gratification. So he or she wants to go downstairs and eat breakfast. That's their normal routine. But you are now, by staying quiet and just, you know, keeping your zen and your tranquility, you're in essence delaying what he wants. So you're not going ahead and saying, okay, let's go eat. This is what you want. We're going to give you what you want. Let's go. Stay calmly. I have this stress ball. So I like to tell parents to go to like a 99-cent store, Walmart, Target, one of these stores, and kind of buy these little gadgets. Look at this. You see this? See how cool that is? That's pretty neat. Because when they see you with this or with things like this, you could just have them for those moments. While they're saying, I don't want to, you could take it out. You could take it out of your pocket or wherever you have it in your purse. They've never seen it before, right? And this is something cool, little gadgets. And you can just start playing with them. Take out a book and stay calm, right? And just wait for like maybe a minute or two. And then you say, okay, when you calm down, we're gonna go downstairs to have breakfast. Because at this point, you're not gonna have any success in sitting them down, right? Or it could be that they see you with the nice gadget and they're like, what is that? You know what I mean? And you could say, oh, you wanna sit down? I can show it to you. I could show it to you. Come and sit, right? Same thing with bubbles. Bubbles is phenomenal because it's like magical, right? You could just have them for that moment. Have them in your purse, little bubble, and just start blowing them. While they're saying, I don't want to sit, you know what I mean? But you're trying to create this routine, and for some reason they're just having a little fit that day. You just blowing your bubbles, and now they're like, you know, they're like, I want the bubbles too, you know? And that's the opportunity to be like, oh, you want the bubbles? They're like, no problem, come sit, let me show you. And the point is not to make them successfully pee, obviously not at this point even, or, you know, at that point, it's just about getting them calm and then going downstairs to have breakfast, you know? And guess what? Then for their next routine, then you could tell them, we're gonna go have breakfast because now you have calmed down from being upset. Let's go have breakfast. And then after we have breakfast and before you go play with your toys, we're going to try to sit down again. So then you start creating that calm effect of like first and then situation. And the other thing is, if you are telling your child to sit down every 30 minutes on the potty or on the toilet, that's going to create anger. Because if you stop me from doing what I want to do every 30 minutes, I'm going to be upset. So let's try to formulate a routine that's more feasible and your child can work with it and you can work with it. At that point, when they're having, when they're that upset, you don't want them to sit anymore because they're upset, right? So you don't want to associate that anger with the potty training process, but you don't want to rush and give them what they want either. You know what I mean? So you stay calm, stay there. Make no eye contact, play with your stress ball, take out a book, play with some bubbles, you know what I mean? And now they're here, right? They're crying, they're upset, but you are not upset. And that is so tremendously valuable because once your child gets a reaction from you, an anger from you, a lash from you over the whole potty training process, it could just stir everything into, you know, a whole bad domino effect that you don't want. And the goal of the routine is to sit. Once they have that down packed, the urine will usually follow. And the other thing is, don't ask them if they want to sit, because the answer is most likely going to be no, because they don't want to, right? So what you want to do is instead tell them it's time to sit. Let's try to do pee-pee. Let's try to poop, whatever it is that you want at that moment. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow all my other social media channels under El Potty Nurse. I also take potty training calls, which you can schedule it yourself at thepottynurse.com. Thank you for watching. Peace.